Good morning, it's Claire Jones here from Your One Life Healthy Weight Solutions, and it is Monday the 14th of November, 9am, and I'm here to talk to you about episode 26 of Monday Morning Matters. I can't believe we've had 25 previous episodes now. It's really amazing. And what today's subject is basically back to basics. The reason that I've chosen this subject is that we've had a lot of new members over the last few months, and I know with Facebook groups, it can be hard to keep up with what's going on, and we're constantly inundated with loads of information and loads of notifications, and whenever you join this group, it will be because you wanted some help to manage your weight. And whilst obviously it's perfectly okay to sit and watch on the sidelines, you will get more out of it if you interact. So I just wanted to obviously raise your awareness a bit more about what this group is about, how it can help you, and also what I've got coming up over the next few weeks, because we are approaching the festive season, and if you're anything like I used to be, it's a very vulnerable time of year when trying to manage our weight. So, morning Jenny. So if you are watching on either live or on catch up, if you could do what Jenny has just done and said hello, that would be lovely, because what that does is it helps other people to know that I have gone live, because as I said, we get a lot of notifications. Facebook is a very busy place. It's hard to keep up. So if you morning Kelly, if you say anything on here, then what it does is it helps it to pop up in other people's news feeds that I've just gone live. So it just helps more people to know that I'm here, and I'm trying to do something that's going to help you. And not only that, it helps Facebook to know that you want to see more of this stuff yourself. So it just helps that all of that kind of go on in the background, really. So thank you for those who have said hello. And if there's anyone else who is watching, as I say, either live or on catch up, just make a little comment, hit the like button. Comments are better because they do more for the algorithm, apparently. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to just crack on with what I want to talk about, because there's a lot to get through in a short space of time. And as those of you who've been in my world for a little while know that I have quite a lot to say on a lot of these subjects, and I'm not very good at keeping to time because I get very passionate about this subject. Very close to my heart, which brings me on to why I am doing what I do. Or what I'm doing first of all, and why I'm doing it. So basically, for those of you who don't know, I used to have terrible issues with managing my weight, and from my early teens to my late 30s, I was either on a diet, losing weight, or putting it on. There was no in between, and I basically didn't have really any real understanding of just how much food I was eating during those times when I was putting on weight. And also when I used to lose weight, it wouldn't necessarily be in the most healthy of ways. It would be perhaps because I used to smoke as well, so I would do a lot more smoking and drinking loads of Diet Coke and coffee, and not eating very much. And yeah, it worked, but it didn't work for very long. I didn't learn anything, and the weight would just come back on. And eventually, thankfully, between 2009 and 2011, I did quite a lot of work on myself. So I'd stopped smoking in 2006, which, to be fair, is something that I never ever thought I would be capable of doing. I knew I needed to do it because my health was going to suffer if I didn't. And I was extremely worried about the future, and thinking, why am I doing this to myself? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I kind of like created a bit of a strategy around what I was going to do, and then followed that strategy. And then, a little while down the line, I realised I'd actually cracked it. I didn't smoke anymore. I think, I'll be honest, there's every now and then, I still, to this day, it's been 16 years, to this day, I will still, every now and then get a bit of a whiff and think, yeah. But I just don't entertain the idea of ever smoking again. It's not something I want to do. And so when it came to, by 2009, my weight, I was very unhappy and feeling very unhealthy, and I'd just been through an extremely challenging experience that really opened my eyes to the fact that, you know, if I didn't do something with my weight, then, you know, the future was going to look pretty grim, really, in terms of, you know, being able to do the things that I wanted to do without pain or discomfort, and just generally, you know, not really liking the body that I was in. Not necessarily from appearance's sake, although that did come into it, but it was more about being in this body that I didn't feel was the body I was supposed to have, if that makes any sense at all. And I was thinking, yeah, I need to do something about it. So I reflected back on what I'd done with my stopping smoking, and realised it was about having this strategy, and following this strategy, and knowing that it was going to be hard, but being ready for it being hard, and being able to manage myself through the challenges. And there's a whole lot more to it that I haven't got time to go into detail now. And obviously that is really what I say for my paying customers. But the point is, I had a strategy, and I wasn't sort of thinking of it in terms of, you know, that by a week later I'd be able to not want to smoke again, and accepting that it was going to be hard, but as I say, being ready for it, and making sure I had lots of things in place to help me through that time. So I realised that that's what I needed to do. I wanted to tackle my weight, that there is no quick fix, you know. Yeah, and of course, because I didn't want to smoke again, I didn't want to end up doing things that were bad for my health in order to lose weight. So when my perspective changed to very much being about health and supporting my health and thinking about how do I do this, I realised that I had to play the long game. There wasn't a quick fix. I needed to change things at a fundamental level, not just at the surface, not just kind of eating less and hoping for the best. So that's what I did. And I had a question yesterday from, I think it was Jenny, not Jenny B, another Jenny, who wanted to know how long it took me. So it actually took me 2 years to lose my weight. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to take that long. I could have lost it faster and still managed. But for me, that was the right pace, because it enabled me to fully make all the changes that I needed to make, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. And as a result of taking my time, I kept it off. You know, it's been 11 years now, and I learned so much about myself during that time. And it really was what I had to go through in order to reap the benefits and get to where I am now, you know, and all of the things that changed in my life as a result of making that effort, taking that time. So that's my story. And another thing I said I was going to cover today was, why is weight loss so bloody hard for most of us? Now, the fundamental reason for this, and I'm just going to tell you before I go into this, that I had, well, on my mailing list, so those of you who have joined my email list, so you get regular emails from me with information, some tips, some success stories, anything that I think is going to help you. One of the questions I ask in my sequence of emails that people get when they join my mailing list is, what is your biggest challenge? And one of the answers that comes in time and time and time again is, I managed to get started okay, but after a few weeks it all tails off, I can't keep going and I give up, and then I end up putting the weight back on. Now, that is what happens with most diets, or most people following diets, should I say, because it's not the diet that's the problem. The problem is how we are approaching it. And if we are expecting that we're going to be able to just lose all of our weight in one go without any breaks and doing the same approach all the way, then we are going to be setting ourselves up to fail. We need to bear in mind that life does not stop while we're trying to lose weight. We have to learn how to do it in the context of real life. And so what we have to do is work with our bodies and minds and not against them. And of course, as soon as we try to eat less, as soon as we try and put ourselves on a diet, we are going against our biology. We are not designed to lose weight voluntarily. So it is going to be hard. We are going to be in conflict. We are going to be having a battle with ourselves. But that is exactly what is at the crux of the work that I do with people is I help you to resolve this conflict. I help you to change what you want so that you don't end up in this position of wanting to eat more than you can in order to be able to lose weight. Because let's face it, in order to be able to lose weight, we have to eat less, but we don't necessarily want to have to eat less in order to lose weight. And so when we're coming at it with this position of, well, I know I'm going to have to be, cutting back on all of the things that I love to get the results that I want, we are not going to last very long, because our bodies and our brains will be fighting back. And as soon as we are tired, stressed, hungry, upset, miserable, celebrating, we're going to reach for the things that are the path of least resistance, which is going back to doing what we've always done. And then before we know it, we're back to where we started. So when I work with people, I help you to get away from doing that, to find a new way of approaching the whole weight loss, sort of the weight loss way, if you like, and learning how to work with your body and your mind so that you don't end up going into reverse every time you hit a roadblock. We learn how to work through those roadblocks or work around them if we can't work through them, so that you can keep going no matter what life throws at you, and you stop being in such conflict, because that conflict is actually normal. And most people struggle to lose weight because of this conflict, because we are going against our biology. So we have to learn to accept that that's what's going to happen, and we have to learn how to work around it. And that's what I did with my strategy to lose weight, and that's what I teach people to do now, and with great results, I have to say, which is fantastic. So that is why it's so bloody hard, okay? But it doesn't have to be. It absolutely doesn't have to be that hard. There are things that you can do that will make it easier, and I can show you what those things are. So the reason I do what I do is because I am so bloody passionate about the fact that we are setting ourselves up with all these expectations that we should be able to just lose weight easily and quickly. And so, of course, when we don't lose weight easily and quickly, we give up. It doesn't have to be like that. I do what I do because I know it doesn't have to be like that. And I want to help you see that it doesn't have to be like that, there is another way. There is an easier way. There is a way that will help you to get the results that you want, but you have to change your attitude. You have to change this expectation that you're going to be able to do it quickly and easily. It's not going to be quick, it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. And that's where we need to come at it from, but it's got to be healthy as well. Healthy weight solutions and all that. So, got a little bit of time left just to tell you what I've got coming up over the next few weeks, because Christmas, or in the period, let's just say from maybe September, October time right through to Christmas, was my period of time where I would be the most vulnerable to weight gain. And there would be this part of me that would go, oh, sod it, there's no point in trying to do anything about my weight now till after Christmas. And then that would give me license to just eat whatever I wanted and say, it's all right, I'm going to sort it out in January. And then January would come and I'd be feeling even worse because I'd piled on loads of weight in that run up to Christmas and through Christmas into the new year. And again, it doesn't have to be like that. There is another way that you can still enjoy Christmas, still eat the foods that you want to eat, and not pile on loads of weight. And so I have got a few things coming up for you that I think, if you join in with them, will really help you. There are some free things that are coming up. There are also some, for those of you who perhaps want a little bit more structure, a little bit more support, there are also some paid services as well that you can also buy into. But I'm going to tell you what all of the key dates are. So I want to get them in your diary so that you are ready when the time comes, and you've marked the space out in your calendar, you've marked the time out so that you can join in with these things, and you will be able to get through Christmas without piling on loads of weight. Now, that's not to say that you won't put on any weight. We've got to be realistic here. But what we don't want to do is be in a position where it's all kind of out of control. Yeah, that's the position we want to avoid. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is from the 7th to the 18th of December, I'm going to be doing a free challenge called the Fitmas Bingo Challenge. Now, I've done this twice before, last year and the year before, and it went down extremely well. and it's a little bit of a twist on the monthly challenges that we do here in this group. So if you have a look through Guide 2 if you're new, and you'll see that every month we have a challenge where people join in. We're focusing on developing healthy habits, so it's a little bit of a twist on that. That's going to run for 12 days from the 7th to the 18th of December. And then on the 18th of December, time to be confirmed yet, I'm going to be doing a 1 hour free session called My Christmas Takeaway, and that is going to be giving you some hints and tips on how to manage through the Christmas period. And then on the 30th of December, I'm going to be doing another free event, another 1 hour event called the New Year Takeaway, and this is going to be helping you to think about your plans for the new year, because let's face it, you know, whether we like it or not, January is a time where we tend to kind of, you know, we tend to review things, don't we? We tend to review, you know, how things have gone this year and what our priorities are going to be for the next year. That doesn't necessarily mean we have to make any formal New Year resolutions or anything like that, but it's about, you know, it's a good time to reflect and it's a good time to plan. So that session on the 30th of December is going to be helping you to do that. And also I'm going to be doing from the 19th to the 30th of December, I'm going to be doing my Christmas survival program again, which I did last year, and that is a paid program, but I'll be telling you more about that nearer the time. But the Fitmas Bingo, which is 12 days, and the 2 takeaway events on the 18th and the 30th of December are both free events, or all free events rather, that you can join in with. And if you find that you need a little bit more support, then that's where the Christmas survival program comes in, that you can also sign up to if you want to, but you don't have to. Registration for all 3 events is going to open on the 23rd of November. Okay, so that is a week tomorrow, I think, or is it? Are we 14th? No, sorry, beg your pardon. Where are we? 14th. It's 9 days. It's a week on Wednesday. Sorry, week on Wednesday. So when registration opens, the first 20 people to register will be eligible for a prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is, but it will be a nice prize, I promise you. The catch is you have to do all of the Fitmas Bingo and attend the Christmas Takeaway and the New Year's Takeaway event in order to be eligible to receive your prize, which you will be told about on the 1st of January. So that is the condition for those 20 people. If you're going to sign up, you've got to commit to actually doing it, because I don't want people signing up and them not bothering to do it. So you've got to commit to doing this. But it's not going to be an awful lot of time. Okay, so it's 2 hours on the 18th and the 30th of December. And the Fitmas Bingo, basically you're going to be getting an email every day with a task to do. So it's going to be that will be supporting you in terms of, you know, staying focused on what's important to you. What's important to you, if you're in this group, is managing your weight effectively. Yeah. So what we don't want to be doing is taking your eye off the ball and getting all the way through December and going in January, oh my God, what's happened? How did I let this happen? We're going to avoid that from happening. So the Fitmas Bingo, it's basically 12 days. Every day you're going to get a little task to do that is going to help you keep that focus on yourself and your health and well-being and managing your weight effectively through those 12 days in preparation for the Christmas period. Because what I want you to be doing is getting into that mindset of it's not all or nothing. Yeah. It's not all or nothing. It's not either completely go off the rails and have everything you want or not be able to have anything you want. You know, it's about finding that middle ground. So that's what the Fitmas Bingo is going to help you with. So registration opens for all 3 free events on the 23rd of December. Fitmas Bingo starts on the 7th of December. Christmas Takeaway on the 18th of December. New Year Takeaway on the 30th of December. Okay, registration opens on the 23rd of November. And I will obviously be telling you about this and reminding you about this, because I want as many people to join in as possible, because I know just how much it's going to help. So I'm going to have to leave it there. But I hope that that's been helpful in terms of just understanding, what's going on and how I might be able to help you with managing your weight over the next few weeks. So I hope that's helpful. See you in the group, and I'll see you next week for Monday Morning Matters episode 27. Take care. Bye.